And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Stuart C. Siegel Center for the VHSL Group 2A Girls Basketball Championship between the Union Bears at 21-8 and the Ridgeview Wolfpack at 26-2. This is game number 3 of 6 today. Again, I am Joe Deck alongside Demetrius Means. Thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network. Demetrius, set the stage. These two teams very familiar with each other.
Oh, absolutely. They played each other 5 times, and they know each other very well. The question is, who will take advantage in the first quarter? That's going to be very important here today, Joe.
I agree with you, Demetrius. And Ridgeview has won all 5 of those previous meetings, but as Union's coach said in his press conference, if Union wins the 6th one, that's really the only one that counts. That's the only one for any hardware.
Yeah, he's absolutely right, because you can play a team 3 times, 5 times. It doesn't matter what it is. That 6th time can be a charm, but also you got to realize they know each other very well. So this is going to be a test for both ball clubs because it's the state championship.
Now let's meet the Union Bears starters. They're going to have Hannah Dysert, Jessica Horner, Sydney McKinney, Kristen Bishop, who had a huge performance in that semifinal along with Sydney McKinney, and Ashley Chester leading the way for the Union Bears, and they are coached by Corey Bostic. And now for the Ridgeview Wolfpack, their counterparts, again, had a great season to get here. Donnie Frazier will lead the Ridgeview Wolfpack on the sideline. Ivy Gully running the point. Kristen Fletcher, Kayla Mullins, Bailey Frazier, and Nyla Gully, the starters for the Ridgeview Wolfpack. Demetrius, let's get ready to talk about some keys to the game here. You already mentioned hot start in the first quarter is going to be one of them. But now we're going to go to the other keys that we expect for each team.
Yeah, let's talk about the Union Bears. As you see, they got to have second chance points. That's going to be important for them. And they've got to make steals and be successful by controlling the basketball and turning it over to points. For Ridgeview Wolfpack, they got to maximize Mullins and Gully. That's the tag team for this team, and they really work well together. And they've got to take away the penetration, stop them in the paint, don't allow them to get easy points in the paint, and then they should have a successful day.
Thank you, Demetrius. Again, thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network. If you're just tuning in, you have missed 2 great games. That 1A girls game went right down to the wire. The Northwood Panthers clinching the perfect season against Appomattox Regional. And then the boys game with 1A, Radford holding on and surviving the surge by the Lancaster Red Devils.
Yeah, both 2 excellent games, and that's what it's all about when you get to the Siegel Center at this stage of the year. It's championship basketball all around, Joe.
It is Championship Saturday, and this is the halfway game. After this one, we will be halfway through Championship Saturday. The Union Bears, you can see the 2 teams, starters walking out, shaking hands with the officials and the opposing coaches. Again, 5-0 are the Ridgeview Wolfpack against the Union Bears this year, but the last one is what really counts. And for Union, we watched them in that semifinal. They played a great zone defense against Wilson Memorial. Wilson Memorial had good perimeter shooters, but Union kind of, said, you know what, we're going to make you shoot those. We're not going to let you get it down to the Sondrel sisters where it's easier to beat us in the paint. Yeah. You're going to have to make every 3. And Wilson Memorial, just couldn't do it. They had a rather cold night from the perimeter for them, and it worked out for the Union Bears.
Yeah, absolutely. Union Bears, they just do a fantastic job in their zone. They rotate very well. A lot of clubs run a zone, but they do not rotate well. Union does.
Ridgeview Wolfpack has a lot of speedy guards, so it'll be interesting to see if Union can be as effective in that 2-3 zone against Ridgeview. Here in the 6th meeting between these 2 teams, and it comes in the 2A Girls Championship. Just moments away from the tip, you can see the coaches giving their final words of advice to their players as they head out, taking the floor to the tune of Ghostbusters.
Nothing like it. Both of these teams, it's going to be exciting, Joe, especially for Ridgeview, because they like to take jab steps at you when you're in that zone.
Mullins and McKinney meeting at center court. And the tip-off goes to Nyla Gully. She'll give it to her sister, Ivy Gully. Ivy pulling it out here at half court. Great day for basketball here in Richmond, Virginia.
There you see Union in their 2-3 defense, and there you see the rotation that they do very well.
This time they get inside it, but they can't corral the pass. Shot no good off the side of the backboard. and a nice rebound that time for Sydney McKinney.
Yeah, that time Union with a great rotating defense forced them to take a bad shot.
McKinney turning around at the elbow. Shot from Bishop for three. Yes, it's good.
Hello, it's hammer time here early on, Joe.
Christian Bishop, a big performer in that state semifinal for the Union Bears, and she gets off to the hot start here, 3-0. Inside pass, Mullins turnaround shot won't go down. McKinney with the rebound for Union.
And there you see they protect the basketball, leaving Ridgeview for one shot.
Sydney McKinney passes it off to a teammate, and now they work it back to McKinney down low on the paint. Shot goes in, 5-0 Union Bears.
Wow, McKinney off to a good start. She can be powerful down low in the paint. Right there, she exercised her right, Joe.
Back to Ivy Gully. Ridgeview struggling to get inside this zone here early. Taken away by Christian Bishop. Bishop in transition will take it herself. A foul called that time on Bailey Frazier, and that will send Bishop to the line, and you can see the smile on her face. These Union Bears getting confidence.
Well, she's smiling because there she goes on the go, and the shot was blocked because they're going to attack the basket all day long, and Ridgeview is going to have to play excellent defense.
So 2 shots on the way for Bishop. First one goes down. Demetrius, you talked about right when we came on to the broadcast how important the first quarter start would be. Union Bears being 0-5 against this team. They're up 7-0 here early. Talk about how this builds confidence for these players.
Yeah, it does. Well, 2 things. You get off to a good start. As James Brown would say, it makes you feel good. But also, you've got to be able to handle that teams when they first come at you with the first punch, because that's what's going to get you through this ball game.
Frazier's 3 no good. McKinney pulls down the rebound. Sydney McKinney dishing it off to Bishop. Bishop to the paint. Fouled again. 2 more shots coming for Christian Bishop and the Union Bears.
Union already has figured out that they're going to give it to Bishop. There you see she drives, takes another hack. It appears that they're going to go to her early. When something's going good, you stay with it.
First free throw goes down. 8-0 our score.
This young lady is such a smart player.
Second one rattles, no good. Possession goes to Ridgeview as the rebound was pulled down by Kayla Mullins. Nyla Gully gives it back to Mullins. Ivy Gully, such a good job in that semifinal, playing the point, finding teammates, and giving them the opportunity to score. Now her sister, Nyla Gully, off the glass, and Ridgeview on the board.
Yeah, nice play there. She got close enough inside the paint to get the easy 2.
Up ahead for the Union Bears, quickly in transition. Pass is going to be kicked by the Ridgeview defense, but not necessarily a bad thing if you're a Wolfpack fan. That prevented what was going to be a basket for the Union Bears right there in the paint.
Joe, you would think these 2 teams are tired of playing each other after 5 times, but you know what? It never gets old, especially here in the championship.
McKinney giving it off to Dysert. Dysert hands it over to Horner. Thought about the 3, decides against it. The Union Bears offense still moving in motion against the man-to-man from Ridgeview. Whistle and a foul on the floor will go against Ivy Gully. It will be her 2nd foul.
And again, you see the strategy of the Union Bears is to go to the rack and draw fouls. And that's exactly what they're doing here early on in this first quarter.
Inside to Bishop. Shot rattles around, no good. Out of bounds though, as Ridgeview could not pull in the rebound, and it will stay with the Union Bears. 8-2 our score here on the NFHS network. That inbound pass going a little too high, but it was not touched in the front court, so it is allowed to go into the backcourt. Bishop loses the handle, and Ridgeview comes away with the steal. Immediately taken back by Union and then given back to Ridgeview. So back and forth possessions. Mullins to the basket, and it's in.
Sweet move by Mullins with the left hand. Nice soft touch. Cradled it right off the glass.
McKinney runs into the trap, throws it up ahead to Chester. Off the iron and no good. Ivy Gully forces the jump ball. Possession stays with Union, but Union had the 8-0 lead. Now it's 8-4 Ridgeview. They're coming back a little bit, starting to reel them in.
Yeah, you got to wonder too, after playing each other 5 times, are the coaches going to change a lot of things? I don't think that's the case.
McKinney gets it out to Dysert. McKinney, a nice spin move to deliver in the paint. Drives right through the key for 2.
Wow, that's a tough move right there.
10-4, the Union Bears ahead of the Ridgeview Wolfpack in the 6th meeting between these two squads. Ivy Gully pulls it back now. And with the talk about this being the 6th meeting, the Union's coach also spoke to how great their conference is and how it speaks to the competition there in Conference 40. As Ivy Gully hoists up the 3, it rattles out no good, but Kayla Mullins with the offensive board, rejected by Sydney McKinney.
Nice rejection by McKinney. Wouldn't allow the uncontested shot to go by.
McKinney spinning at the top, passing it off to Bishop. Bishop thinking about going inside. She will drive to the basket, a foul, and she'll head to the line for 2 more. Bishop living at the free throw line here in the first quarter, Demetrius.
Yeah, they just haven't solved the problem for her yet. There you see going right back to the rack again real hard and drawing the foul.
10-4 the score. First free throw is off the mark this time. Bailey Frazier picking up her 2nd personal foul there for Ridgeview.
A lot of these kids giving their heart out in these championship games on this Super Saturday. And what better network to watch it than the NFHS?
There you go, Demetrius. Gotta love it. 11-4. 7 points for Bishop here in the first quarter. And we are just past the halfway point in this first quarter. Nyla Gully getting it to Coleman. Now it goes back to Ivy Gully. Inside to Mullins. The Union Bears defense crashing down on her. Shot won't go down, and McKinney gets the rebound.
Holding Mullins to 1 shot that time.
McKinney into the paint. Turnaround shot, a foul, and now Sydney McKinney goes to the line for 2.
A little dribble, the spin inside, and the foul.
Blakely Coleman picking up her first. Sydney McKinney. 2 shots with about just over 3 minutes to go. Can't get the first one to go. That's the good news for Ridgeview. Union has missed a couple free throws here on their last 2 possessions, because if they start making these, as you see the team fouls, 5 team fouls already for Ridgeview. They got to avoid foul trouble. Shot goes down for McKinney this time. But Ridgeview also got to be happy that Union has not made all these free throws, or this could be a 10-point game already.
Absolutely.
Pass inside, knocked around, and a foul called on Christian Bishop.
Some would say there's just something about the Bears.
Very true, and this zone defense looking just as good as it did in the state semifinal against the Green Hornets of Wilson Memorial. This time, though, Mullins on the inbound, gets it in, and you can see Coach Bostic a little upset that his zone defense wasn't ready on the inbound.
And Mullins is not going to give up. She's a tough player. There you see she went right to the bucket.
Timeout called by the Union Bears. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 12-6 our score on the NFHS network. Demetrius, still early in this contest, but what are your thoughts so far?
Well, so far, no doubt about it, Union is controlling the tempo. And when you can control the tempo, that keeps you going in the right direction. Ridgeview has got to find a way to put some more points on the board. They have kept Mullins at bay. So they've got to find a way to get her kick started in this ballgame if they're going to get back in it.
Mullins with 4 of the team's 6 points, but you're exactly right. Every time Mullins gets it down low, it seems like 3 or 4 Union Bears are crashing down on her to alter the shot, and she's not getting them to fall here early on.
Yeah, and I love their defense, because Union really does more things in their zone that a lot of teams don't do. They rotate so well.
McKinney picked up her dribble. She'll find Bishop now, and Christian Bishop racing with Ivy Gully into the front court. McKinney for 3, no good, and the rebound goes to Ridgeview. That was Counts with the defensive board, and now Ivy Gully gives it back to Counts. Gully thinks about the 3, and now Ridgeview running a little offense, trying to get inside this zone. Blocked away by Sydney McKinney.
She stepped out on the zone and made the block.
Chester losing control, just had to throw it up before she went out of bounds or traveled. couldn't connect, and Kayla Mullins comes away with it. Whistle and a foul going to be called on Union's Jessica Horner. It will be her first. Just the second team foul for Union here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nyla Gully inbounding. Sister to sister inbound connection. Calling for the screen.
5 seconds. Oh, we got a foul on Union.
Yeah, an off the ball foul. They call it on Dysert, saying she was grabbing a hold of Kayla Mullins, preventing her from getting out there on the perimeter. Dysert's first.
Coach didn't like it for Union.
And he knows how big Kayla Mullins can be, so he wants his defense to do whatever they can to prevent her from taking over in this game. And now he's mad that Mullins pushed off and wasn't called, but Ivy Gully is not concerned. She takes it to the basket for 2.
Yeah, they give her the lane and she gets the easy bucket. The zone didn't rotate that time.
Horner pulling it back. Gives it off to McKinney. Under a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. The Union Bears up just 4 now. McKinney fouled, and she will head to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, you see what they did that time, Joe? They fooled the defense. They had McKinney start real high at the top of the key, and then she made her way down in the paint, able to draw the defense.
Haley Phillips tagged with the foul. 6th team foul for Ridgeview. McKinney makes the best of her first attempt, has another one on the way.
Her career, she's been able to do it on the inside and the outside, and she is a big presence for this Union club.
Second free throw rattles home as well. 14-8 our score. Ridgeview waiting on the inbound. Now the officials are ready, and we are ready to get back underway. Ridgeview 5-0 against the Union Bears in 2016, but they find themselves trailing by 6 in the one that matters most, the 2A Girls State Championship. A whistle.
Having a tough time putting points on the board. They're going to have to get Gully established here.
Another foul on Hannah Dysert. Her second. Her and Mullins battling down low. Dysert called for her second foul now.
Ridgeview cannot allow Union to shut both of their key offensive players down.
What a finish that time by Bailey Frazier, putting it over the Union defenders right in her face. Up ahead to Sydney McKinney now. McKinney has made a living on that spin move. Now she'll pull up for 3, can't connect there, but Dysert with the offensive rebound. And now Horner feeding it to Chester. Chester trying her luck, but it's stolen away by Haley Phillips. Carry for Haley Phillips, and she knew it. Saw the frustration on her face as she approached us. Just the ball got away from her a little bit, and she did all she could to hold on to it so it wasn't another turnover.
Yeah, good trapping defense by Ridgeview, but that time they got a little bit out ahead of themselves.
Chester working it to Bishop. And Bishop to Horner for 3, no good. Nyla Gully with the rebound. Kayla Mullins bringing it up in the final seconds of the first quarter. 10 seconds to go. Nice pass down low. A foul called will send number 5, Kristen Fletcher, to the line.
Well, now to that, Frazier with the nice pass, bounce pass. Good court vision.
So Bishop picks up her second personal foul here in the first quarter, and that's not good news for Union. She has scored 7 of the team's 14 right now. They really can't afford to have her in foul trouble.
Not at all.
First free throw won't go down. 8 seconds left. You can see the team fouls have caught up a little bit. It was 5-0 Ridgeview, and now 6-5. Second free throw, nothing but net for the Ridgeview Wolfpack. 11-14. They give it up to Dysert, who can see the clock running down. Horner with it now. Passes it to McKinney for 3. No, off the back iron, and that will conclude the first quarter here from the Siegel Center. You're watching the NFHS Network. Our score, the Union Bears 14, the Ridgeview Wolfpack 11, and we'll be back after this.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Stuart C. Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia. Getting ready to start our second quarter. The Union Bears ahead in the Group 2A Girls Basketball Championship, 14-11 over the Ridgeview Wolfpack.
Yeah, Ridgeview finally got their feet underneath them, Joe. Got this thing down 14-11, but they're going to have to do a better job on the defensive end. And Mullins is going to have to get going here if they're going to get back in this game.
You're exactly right. Mullins has been contained pretty well by this Union Bears defense so far. Counts inside. They're inside the Union defense. That shot won't go, and the rebound goes to Bishop.
Oh, they got the
loose ball, though, and Bishop will take it back. Taking it herself to the basket. Nobody gets in front, and it's 2 points for Kristen Bishop.
Wow.
Demetrius, you're looking at the first quarter stats. The other stat that leaps out at you, how well Union did on the boards as that three misses from Frazier, and it's another Union rebound to Christian Bishop.
Yeah, they've out-rebounded Ridgeview about 9-5.
Bishop thought about the three, decides against it, and will continue to work the offense. Chester driving baseline, shot deflected and no good. Now we have a tie up on the floor. Jump ball possession stays with the Union Bears.
That's what you want. You want to go after the basketball. This is championship basketball. That's what it's all about. You watch some games, the ball hits the rim and it bounces around. Kids are standing there watching. That's not going to happen between these two teams.
No, sir. Out to Sydney McKinney. Three ball, too long, and it will be pulled in by Ridgeview. That time, Ashley Chester just off the mark. Ivy Gully trying to drive inside. Passes it off to Mullins, and that's one way to get Mullins involved. Have her cut to the basket.
Yeah, keep her in transaction, and right there she gets the satisfaction with the easy two off the glass.
16-13 now. Sydney McKinney inside.
Whoa!
And they call a travel as Haley Phillips' feet were set.
Yeah, she ran into a brick wall that time, and there was nowhere to go but ouch.
Excuse me, that was Christian Fletcher with her feet set down there defensively for Ridgeview.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh, it looked painful. Ivy Gully now bringing the ball up the floor in this great three-point contest here at the Siegel Center. That time, same idea that got him points last time, but the pass got away. Timeout called by Ridgeview. He could see disaster happening. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. As you can see, the coach is talking it over. And for Ridgeview, if you're Coach Frazier, Demetrius, what are you telling your Wolfpack team here down 3 points?
Well, the first thing is he called an excellent timeout. That's number one to talk about. He lets them know, guys, we finally got our feet underneath ourselves. Now let's run our offense the way we do so we can get our people involved. They've gotten it down to 3, 16-13. And if they spread this Union defense out, they really want to stretch them. And as they stretch them, then they want to attack to go to the bucket. And I think that's what you're going to see right here when they come out of this timeout. I'm sure he set something up.
Both fan bases represented very well. We got the Ridgeview fans behind us and the Union fans in front of us, Demetrius. Telling these lower classifications really bring out their fan bases and have their community support them.
Yeah, and that's what you love about it, because that's what it's all about. And it's about sportsmanship. It's about these kids getting an opportunity to get some life experiences to carry them over in life so that they can be successful.
Nyla Gully driving baseline, can't get it to go. Chester pulls down the rebound for Union, and now it goes off to Sydney McKinney, the forward who does a lot of ball handling for this Union Bears team. That pass, though, couldn't connect with teammate Ashley Chester.
Yeah, see, that time McKinney will get herself in trouble when she tries to bring the ball up. That time she did. She's not a point guard, she's a power forward.
Ivy Gully running the offense for Ridgeview now, under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Ridgeview has battled back to make this a 3-point game. They had a 8-0 run for Union early, but Ridgeview has weathered the storm. And now a foul called on Union on the floor.
Yeah, they dumped it inside and got a foul call.
Ashley Chester picking up her first personal foul. Next foul for either team, though, results in the 1-and-1. Nyla Gully giving it back to Ivy. And now we'll see Frazier get stopped again. The Union Bears have gone back to that zone defense and looks like they've set up again. Kayla Mullins for three. No good. And the rebound goes to Bishop.
Bishop grabbing a lot of rebounds in this ball game.
Had 0 coming into this quarter, but you're exactly right, Demetrius. She's picked up at least 3 or 4 here in the second. 5 to her teammate Sydney McKinney as they have dominated the glass. Ivy Gully with it now. And it's the Frazier and Gully catch game right now for the Ridgeview offense. This time they'll include Mullins. And Gully for 3, rattles home a big-time 3 to tie the game.
Drano, open it up here. Open it up, get back in it.
Sydney McKinney getting trapped. Now finds Dicer. Chester, long 2, no good. Offensive rebound for Bishop. That one won't go. And this time, Nyla Gully pulls it down, and a reaching foul going to be called on Sydney McKinney.
Ridgeview making some noise here.
1-and-1, so we'll get to see Ridgeview at the line here. And representing the Wolfpack will be Nyla Gully. Both Ridgeview and Union in their semifinals showed great team performances during stretches of those games to get them here. First free throw bounces around the front and the back side of the rim before going down, but it counts all the same. 1 point on that free throw, and it'll give Ridgeview their first lead of the game.
Yeah, Gully made that look easy.
Second free throw is no good, and the rebound pulled down by Union. Sydney McKinney continuing to do the majority of the ball handling here for the Union Bears. Webb thought about the 3, instead continues to pass it to teammates as Union looking for the good shot. Deep 3 for Webb, goes down, and Union retakes the lead.
Left her wide open for the open 3. Nobody moving on that zone for Ridgeview.
Abigail Webb making her first appearance here in the second quarter. She was great off the bench in that semifinal game against Wilson Memorial for Union. Beating it down low, Nyla Gully can't get it to go. Bishop with the great defense, but Nyla Gully gets right back in there, forces the tied ball situation, and possession goes to Ridgeview.
Yeah, don't you think that Nyla Gully isn't tough? She knows exactly how to play this game. There you see her in there mixing it up into a tie-up.
Nyla Gully, just a sophomore. Mullins now on the perimeter. Feeds it back down low to Counts. Traveling violation on Counts, though, and it will go to the Union Bears with a chance to extend the 2-point lead. We see Horner check back in for Union, and they are getting around this full court trap. Up to Webb. Taken away this time by Counts, who quickly dishes it to Ivy Gully to keep the fast break going, but it looks like Ivy Gully will pull it back and wait for teammates. Now she'll take it to the basket, no good. Battling for the rebound though, and it comes away to Christian Bishop. Bishop doesn't have help, but drives and draws the foul. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, at that time, Bishop continuing to be strong with the dribble drive.
Christian Bishop has had quite the game here. The foul called on Counts. It is her first.
She's drawing all kinds of attention.
A chance to go into double figures here in the first half for Bishop. She makes the first free throw, has another one coming. She has scored 10 of the team's 20. second free throw goes down as well for Bishop. And Ridgeview, Kayla Mullins will be bringing the ball up the floor this time for the Wolfpack. Working a lot of motion here at the top.
Got to get Mullins involved here.
Ivy Gully now steps inside the three-point arc, can't get the shot to go. Whistle and a foul will send Fletcher to the line for 2.
Yeah, that time you see Fletcher step right in, nobody boxed her out. Got the offensive rebound and put it up for the stick back.
The foul on Sydney McKinney will be her second. Talked about Union's rebound advantage in that first quarter. Ridgeview doing a little bit better here so far through the second as Fletcher makes her first. Demetrius, you also mentioned at the top of the broadcast that it comes down to offensive rebounding, and that's something Union contained in the first quarter. They didn't hardly allow but one offensive rebound for Ridgeview as Bishop drives in, puts the shot up, it's short, gets her own rebound, can't get the putback to go, and now Ridgeview comes away with it. But containing them to one offensive rebound, they're going to have to keep that up as Mullins drives straight to the basket for 2.
Yeah, she had a mind made up, went right to the rack, put the ball right in the cup for 2.
21-20. McKinney up ahead, and the Union Bears regrouping. Now Kara Mullins, don't get that confused with Kayla Mullins, is on the floor for Union. That shot from Webb going to be blocked.
Yeah, nice block.
Frazier has it taken away by Christian Bishop.
Wow, what defense to get back.
Up ahead to Sydney McKinney, off the glass and in.
Great play. Great play by Bishop. Disturbing, disrupting the offense, the steal and the outlet, and they get the bucket.
And the Union fans leap to their feet, ecstatic that the Union Bears have pushed the lead back out to 3 here in the closing moments of the first half.
It has been a union here for the Bears.
Timeout for Ivy Gully as she was looking to Coach Frazier, saw him wanting the timeout. She'll call it for him. Full timeout, so we'll step aside here on the NFHS Network. Join us for the rest of the first half after this. Welcome back to the Stewart School Center here in Richmond, Virginia. Joe Deck alongside Demetrius Means on the NFHS Network. Just a minute 35 left here in the first half. The Union Bears up 3 points. Ridgeview will be inbounding in front of us. And Demetrius, it's been a back and forth game so far. You'll love to see that at the state championship level.
Not only back and forth, but I like the way Ridgeview just fought back to bring them within 3.
Union Bears crowd cheering on their defense, again back in that tough zone. This time though, they find Fletcher along the baseline. She couldn't finish. Webb comes away with the ball now, and she will pull it back. She had Hannah Dysert to her wing, and they will set it up now. Christian Bishop with the ball. Again, no shot clock here in VHSL, so Union does not have to be in any kind of hurry.
Got to spread it out.
Ridgeview going with a zone defense of their own, but Bishop open for 3 in the corner, and it's good.
Oh, is she feeling it? She's doing it on the inside. Now she does it on the outside, and the crowd loves it.
Mullins, no good. Offensive board for Fletcher, yes!
Oh, I like that. Fletcher attacking the glass. She followed right up after that shot.
22-26, ball taken away by Frazier. No good. Great defense by Bishop. Hits off a foot and goes out of bounds. Possession to the Union Bears.
Oh, Ridgeview starting to feel it. You can see the tide turning, Joe.
These two teams leaving us no time to catch our breath, Demetrius. Very fast pace and a lot of action on the floor.
Absolutely.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is the 6th meeting between the Union Bears and Ridgeview Wolfpack. These two teams very familiar with each other. Ridgeview winning the previous 5, but this is the one that counts. Dysert pulling up on the running jumper, no good. Rebound being contested. Jump ball possession to Union, as it was Ashley Chester and Ivy Gully battling for it.
And you can see every time the Wolfpacks take a shot, Union takes a shot, they go right after it.
Haley Phillips checking in for the Wolfpack. And now we get to see Union having to compete against their own zone. Webb for 3, too hard, out of bounds, and it will stay with Union as Ridgeview couldn't corral the rebound. Just 5 seconds left in the first half. McKinney will come back in.
And the Wolfpack seem to have solved this problem, Joe.
Inbound to McKinney, setting up for the final shot. Passes it off to Dysert, trying to get around Nyla Gully, poked away by Count. And that concludes the first half. Our score here on the NFHS Network, the Union Bears 26, the Ridgeview Wolfpack 22. We'll step aside for a break and join you with our analysis after this.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Now you can create your own tour of Italy from Olive Garden's most mouth-watering dishes, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of 10 classic favorites to enjoy on one plate, like our delicious new shrimp ravioli with lobster Alfredo, a filled pasta like irresistible tortellini al forno, and a classic like creamy fettuccine Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and freshly baked breadsticks. Because the best tour of Italy is the one you create, only at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Breadstick lovers, your new favorite lunches here. Breadstick sandwiches.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage, and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patriots say I'm the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Now you can create your own tour of Italy from Olive Garden's most mouth-watering dishes, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of 10 classic favorites to enjoy on one plate, like our delicious new shrimp ravioli with lobster Alfredo, a filled pasta like irresistible tortellini al forno, and a classic like creamy fettuccine Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and freshly baked breadsticks. Because the best tour of Italy is the one you create, only at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Breadstick lovers, your new favorite lunches here. Breadstick sandwiches.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage, and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patron saint of the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the NFHS Network here. Joe Deck alongside Demetrius Means. 26-22 our score. The Union Bears ahead of the Ridgeview Wolfpack. And Demetrius, couple stats that leap out at you. 15 defensive boards for Union, just 4 offensive boards for Ridgeview.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the big difference right there. They've got to do a better job in boxing out. They can't allow Union to control the rebounding battle. Ridgeview has got to really step it up.
Yeah, and on the flip side, Union with 7 offensive boards, Ridgeview 9 defensive boards, so that's a lot closer on that end of the floor. Like you said, it goes both ways. Ridgeview's got to box out, Union continuing to dominate. 14 points for Christian Bishop in that first half. She really controlled the pace.
Yeah, Bishop not only controlled the pace, she controlled the tempo, and she was able to dictate. They were able to dictate Union how they were going to run their offense, and they decided and they made a decision to go along with Bishop. So she's been at the forefront.
Yeah, 14 points for Bishop, as I said, 7 rebounds. She's also leading her team in rebounds, just an all-around great effort. She also has 2 steals defensively. On the opposite side, her counterparts, the Ridgeview Wolfpack, leading scorer with 8 points is Kayla Mullins. That was the name you mentioned, Demetrius. Was going to have to step up for Ridgeview. She's got 8, which isn't bad for the first half, and 6 boards. Unfortunately, she's going to need more help from her teammates here, as Union has made it a point of emphasis to crash on her every time she gets the ball in this zone.
Yeah, Mullins also had a hard time finding things out. She's got to realize that because you're not able to get your shots, you can't stand still. That's when you got to start moving around the perimeter, and they've got to start using her in the low post and the high post. The coaches got to figure that out for her. That'll help her be a better player in the second half. She's too good of a player not to come back strong. I expect to see more out of her in the second half, and especially Gully. Gully, who runs the point guard position, she's got to help set her up too and get more involved.
And you saw that as we got into the second quarter, they did move Mullins outside. That created some more opportunities for her, like you said. 34.6% from the field for Ridgeview. They're actually shooting slightly better than Union with 31.8%. But as you said, it all comes down to that offensive rebounding and the three-point play. Union, 3 of 8 from 3. Ridgeview only 1 3 out of 6 attempts.
Yeah, it's funny because you said that they're shooting better than Union. That's because Union has taken better percentage shots. That was the difference in this ballgame, Joe.
So free throw percentage too, also looming large. Ridgeview not there a whole lot, just 6 times, but they've only made 3. When you get there, you need to capitalize from the line.
Yeah, that's when you got to make things happen. They got to get the ball, move it around more on the perimeter, look to get their people to post up more, dump it inside. Got to attack the basket, but they got to take the game as it comes to them. They can't allow themselves to force this ball game. They've got to do what they've been doing all year long.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed the first half as much as we have here on the NFHS Network. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, it'll be second half action between the Union Bears and the Ridgeview Wolfpack.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Now you can create your own tour of Italy from Olive Garden's most mouth-watering dishes, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of 10 classic favorites to enjoy on one plate, like our delicious new shrimp ravioli with lobster Alfredo, a filled pasta like irresistible tortellini al forno, and a classic like creamy fettuccine Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and freshly baked breadsticks. Because the best tour of Italy is the one you create. Only at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Breadstick lovers, your new favorite lunches here. Breadstick sandwiches.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stuart C. Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia, the capital of the Commonwealth. Ridgeview inbounding to start us here in the second half. They are down 4. This is the same Ridgeview Wolfpack team that has beaten the same Union Bears team 5 times already, but the Union Bears got out to that hot start, Demetrius, and that gave them all the confidence they needed here in this 2A championship.
And there you see Union come out high on the zone, and they go right inside to Mullins, and she's fighting now inside, back up again, and it won't go.
She did get an offensive rebound, but still, as we mentioned at halftime, Union crashing down every time she gets that ball inside. She can't get it to go. Now McKinney pulling up for the long 2. That is no good, and an easy rebound there for Frazier. Ivy Gully setting things up for Ridgeview now. Still troubles for Ridgeview. Nyla Gully in the corner, feeding it down low to Mullins. Turnaround jumper, yes, off the glass.
Oh, that's a tough shot right there. They dumped it inside. She turned and put it up high off the glass. That's a shooter's shot right there.
And not much Union can do there. If Kayla Mullins is going to make that shot, she's just going to make it. Bishop thought about pulling up, dishes it to Chester for 3, no good. Rebound goes to Frazier again. Frazier already turned into a rebound monster here. This time we're going to see Ridgeview try to drive baseline. They'll kick it back out to Frazier. Almost pulled up on the 3, then drove inside. Shot won't go down. Kayla Mullins with the rebound, a whistle, and a foul.
Yeah, amazing. Even through all that traffic, the way Union is playing their good zone and rotating, they went after the ball, but you see Mullins grab that offensive rebound.
The foul is going to be charged to Christian Bishop of the Union Bears. It is her 3rd. Shot on the way, it goes down for Frazier.
That'll get them right back in it, Joe. That's what they have done in the past, and that's what gets them going.
I think we've heard that call before. Down goes Frazier.
Absolutely.
That one, no. Frazier with the board. And don't look now, Ridgeview fans, but Frazier leading the charge. Fed it, beautiful pass to Nyla Gully, just couldn't get it to go. Now a whistle and a foul will go against Nyla Gully.
Oh, that was just a sweet pass inside, but Gully could not finish. Those are the shots that they've got to finish, Joe. You never get them back.
27-26. Ridgeview has moved ahead here. They're on a 5-0 run to open up the second half. Kristen Bishop barking out the play. Gets a nice screen. Back to Bishop. Thought about pulling it up. Decides against it. Now gives it off to Horner.
There you see them tighten up on the defensive end.
Taken away from McKinney.
Ridgeview really stepping up that time.
That time a little confusion between the Wolfpack players. They get it sorted out, and Ivy Gully now bringing the ball up the floor. We'll see the pass inside, deflected away. Still with Ridgeview though, Ivy Gully trying to go baseline. Gets it back to Fletcher. Stolen away by Sydney McKinney. Nobody out in front, and they grabbed her.
Yeah, that should be an intentional foul, Joe.
It is an intentional foul. I was getting ready to say, Demetrius,
yeah, she had
you could make the case for it.
She had a clear path to the bucket, and there you see her get grabbed, and the official right on it.
And not only did she get grabbed, I mean, that was just a full jersey grab there.
Yeah. She got a number on that one.
Yeah, if this was football, that'd be 10 yards, replay the down.
And a smart move by McKinney. She knew there was a race, and she went full speed to the rack.
Now Sydney McKinney unable to connect on the first free throw. She does have another one coming, and Union will get the ball because it was an intentional foul.
You're always surprised to see a player do that, especially just coming into the second half, just beginning.
That free throw rattles around and goes down. And that bucket was very opportune for Union as it ends the drought to open up the second half and ties the game.
Yeah, McKinney already with 10 points on the day. She has been masterful here this afternoon.
The second Union Bear in double figures today. There's the other one, Bishop. She'll look at a three. Off the iron and no good. Bailey Frazier with it.
So they hold Union to one shot that time.
Bailey Frazier has to have three, or at least three, I think 4 or 5 rebounds here in the second half already.
Look at this. They fight for it. But Union muscles it away.
Now Sydney McKinney coming the other way in a tie ball game. The Union Bears fans voicing their loud support of this Union team. Ridgeview behind us, rooting on their Wolfpack.
See, this is what the Wolfpack really don't want. They pull Mullins away from the basket because she's got to come out and guard McKinney. And that's a tough matchup because you're taking her out of position when she's got to go to the top of the key and guard somebody.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on the NFHS network. The Union Bears really, a slow start here in the second half has allowed Ridgeview to tie it up. But I think what you're seeing as we see the timeout in the Union huddle, coach is just telling his players, look, we're still in this. It's still tied. I know it's a slow start, but don't get down on yourselves. Yeah,
and anytime you can go on a 5-0 run, that injects so much confidence in you. And right now, this is not the same Waterview Wolfpack team that we saw in the first half. They're a different club here in the second half. You see they're playing a lot more energy.
Yeah, they have worked Kayla Mullins as well as Bailey Frazier having a big first half second half here for Ridgeview. Ivy Gully with the ball now.
Where has Gully been in this second half? She has been unnoticed.
And now Ivy Gully barking out orders. She appears to play the role of floor general here in the second half, continuing to work it. Now Frazier, it counts. Back to Frazier, does a nice job with the shot fake. Gets a jumper on the baseline to go down, and now Ridgeview back up 2.
Yeah, that's a sweet move right there. Fake right, go left, take the jumper. Right through the bucket.
All 5 points for Frazier coming here in the second half. Whistle and a foul.
Joe, so much of this game is about adjustments. And sometimes it can be really hard for the coaches to get the players to adjust because when you get so accustomed to doing what you want to do and having your own rhythm, it's tough sometimes to step out the box.
Haley Phillips tagged for her second personal foul there. Sydney McKinney turns around, shot sent back by Kayla Mullins. Ivy Gully out in front. She's going to take it herself. Shot goes down. 7 points for Ivy Gully.
Yeah, she's the Greyhound. The Greyhound that time, way out in front, getting a nice, easy bucket.
31-27. Whistle and a foul on Phillips. It will be her third here with 3:17 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, players have to adjust, especially with the way the officials call the ball game. Players have to adjust to the calls and the flow of the game. And right now, you can see the flow has changed. An advantage, Ridgeview.
Nyla Gully checking in for Phillips. Inbound goes to Horner. Gets it out to Bishop there as Ridgeview has really turned up the intensity defensively here to open up the third quarter.
Yeah, Wolfpack's packing in down low.
McKinney holds on to it along the baseline. She needs help though. Turnaround, passes it back out to Chester. Dysert with it.
Good defense by the Wolfpack.
Sydney McKinney
They swarm on her.
to Chester for three. No. Corner has it taken away by Kayla Mullins.
And they hold the Wolf Union to one shot again, Joe. Here comes Gully for the race.
Foul called as they reached in on Ivy Gully that time.
Yeah, Ridgeview had come out the second half. They are playing much better defense, collapsing on the zone, allowing Union just one shot at the bucket on the offensive end.
Foul called on Horner. It is her second foul. Ivy Gully setting up this Ridgeview offense, who is now up 4. Continuing to work it. Stolen away now by Union. That zone defense finally forcing what I believe is their first turnover here in the second half, Demetrius.
That is correct, due to the pressure of Union.
Great feed back to Bishop. A whistle and a travel before the foul.
Yeah, that time it was a good call by the officials. The defense collapsed. She did the old dipsy doodle, and there she's called for the walk.
Ivy Gully now trying to set the offense up for the Wolfpack. They have got to find a way inside this Union Bear defense. Pretty easy that time for Ivy Gully from the A10 logo, but couldn't get the shot to fall. Now a whistle.
Looks like it might have got Gully over the top.
It will be. Not very often you see the point guard get called for an over the back, partner.
No, but what she did, she followed her own shot that time and climbed the ladder over other people's back. Gully is very, very heads-up player.
We'll have to keep an eye on the foul situation for Ivy Gully. She picks up her third foul here near the end of the third quarter.
She will pick your pocket when you at least expect it. She's a gamer.
And she is matched up against Christian Bishop, the Union Bears' best player offensively. There is Gully's 4th foul. And that will send Bishop to the line for the 1-and-1. Or no, they said she was in the act of shooting, so 2 shots.
Yeah, they might want to take her out here with 1:36 left to play. You don't want her to pick up a third foul.
Not here in the third quarter.
That's right.
That shot goes down.
Oftentimes throughout the year, they let her play because she's smart enough and heads up enough to go through the game a long period of time without fouling again.
15 points for Bishop, make it 16.
Bishop has done a fantastic job for this Union team today. This lady's got the full package.
And I stand corrected. They said that Counts hit Bishop with the body before Ivy Gully, so Gully's still at 3 fouls, which is great news for Ridgeview because being the point guard and floor general for this Wolfpack team, it would be hard to imagine their offense without her at the point.
Oh, absolutely. She's also the leader on this club.
Counts, gets it to Ivy Gully. 3 ball from Frazier. Yes, it's good! 34-29, and Bailey Frazier.
And Gully set that up with the assist, bringing it around the horn to Frazier.
Frazier is really catching on fire here.
Strong move by McKinney.
McKinney, we haven't called her name too often here in the second half, Demetrius, but that's a big basket for her Union Bears.
Good, a shake up for the makeup down low in the paint. She was twisting and turning, able to put it up.
8 points for Bailey Frazier, though, on the Ridgeview Wolfpack, and they all come here in the third quarter.
With 55 seconds left to play in the third.
The clock running down. Ivy Gully could hold on for the last possession if they want it. Maybe a little too much time to think about that, though. I'm sure Ridgeview is just going to take the open shot if it presents itself.
They may kick it back out to Gully. Oh, no, it looks like they're going to go right away for a bucket.
Going to Mullins along the baseline, out of bounds, possession going to the Union Bears with 31 seconds to go.
I'm surprised they didn't hold, well, they didn't hold for one shot, being that they had the lead here.
Webb will take over. Down just 3 are the Union Bears. Feeding it inside to Sydney McKinney.
Nice pass.
Great pass, and it goes down. And again, I said earlier, don't get mistaken, that is Kara Mullins of the Union Bears.
Yeah, they double team McKinney, and she dumped it off to Mullins as she went right to the basket back door.
Foul going to be called on Webb. It will be her first for Union. but Kara Mullins gets her way onto the score sheet for the Union Bears.
See, that's what makes McKinney such a smart ball player. She knows if she's going to be double teamed, she's looking to get her other teammates involved. That time she made the nice pass.
And there is Mullins of Ridgeview. Shot is short. Time running down. They have time to get off a shot. It's Dysert. Pocket picked by Ivy Gully. And she runs through the barricade.
That's what she does. She'll run through a wall. She came down, caught full speed, and stopped the attack of Union.
No fear. Oh! McKinney got the shot to go, but the referee says it doesn't count.
I would like to see that on the replay.
He says no. So that is the official word. You can see the shock from the Union Bears. We're going to take a break here on the NFHS Network. We'll be back after this.
William Shakespeare said that all the world's a stage and men and women are merely players. But Mr. Shakespeare never met Stephen Curry. Ni hao, the guy who was in the gym every dang day. Patriots say I'm the underdog, the league's most unguardable player. Bang, he knocks it down. So my apologies to Mr. Shakespeare, because onto the stage of mere players enters the babyface assassin. And he's about to write his own story. Fall back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Siegel Center here in Richmond. 34-33. Ridgeview ahead by just a point. Sydney McKinney thought she had a buzzer-beating shot there at the end of the third quarter, but the referee said no dice. The Union Bears will get possession, though.
Yeah, this crowd didn't like the call. They thought she got it at the right time. The officials saying no, it did not count. Well, the officials are in charge.
Yeah, doesn't matter what we think or
That's
the
right.
fans. Just the men in striped shirts on the floor.
Absolutely.
Abigail Webb heading toward the baseline, now pulling it out, feeds it inside to Sydney McKinney. Bishop for three, no. And the rebound goes to the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack playing with a lot more confidence in this ball game.
See if Frazier can keep the hot hand going. She's got 8 points in that third quarter, which result in all 8 points for the game. That third quarter break probably she could have done without. She was probably ready to just keep moving.
Absolutely.
That one is poked away from her, and now Sydney McKinney will take over. Eight for 10 from the line is Bishop, though, partner. You get that look as McKinney can't get it to go. Mullins comes away with for Ridgeview, gets it up to Frazier. Whistle and a foul, count the basket, 10 points for Frazier.
Ridgeview really feeling it. Frazier didn't waste any time. There she goes, puts her head down and goes right to the rack and draws the bucket.
4 boards and 8 points for Bailey Frazier as she entered the fourth quarter. She just got 2 more, make it 3 more in this quarter. 11 points for Frazier. Demetrius, she has really got lit a fire under this Ridgeview team.
And the momentum has changed in favor Wolfpack.
McKinney taking it against Counts. Now Frazier, a triple team. Whistle and a timeout for Union.
And they needed it.
Full timeout, so we'll take one as well here on the NFHS Network. Join us on the other side. We are back here in Richmond, Virginia. The Ridgeview Wolfpack ahead 4 points with 6:46 to go. Ridgeview 5-0 against the Union Bears. They were trailing until the end of the third quarter. They took the lead, and now they're up 4. The Union Bears trying to fight back.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a good job fighting back, Joe.
McKinney passes it back out to Webb. Webb was trapped there. She'll find Bishop, and now Bishop giving it to Dysart. Pull up on the mid-range jumper, no good. But Sydney McKinney with the offensive rebound.
They let McKinney sneak in there for the offensive rebound.
Bishop for 3, just no good. Offensive board goes to Mullins. She'll pass it back out. No for McKinney, and now Ridgeview's Mullins pulls it down and gives it up to Frazier. McKinney catches the steal that was started by Kristen Bishop.
McKinney's involved in every play. She has something to do with it. That's how good of a player she is.
Dysart running around Frazier, and then bulldozed by Frazier, as Frazier couldn't stop on a dime.
Yeah, you made that call correct. Bulldoze is the word. There you see it going right to the rack, and she's having it really hard that time.
So Coach Bostic called that last time out. What do you think he's telling his Union Bears team? Again, Ridgeview's 5-0 against this team. Union had been leading for the majority of the game. They start to lose it there at the end of the third quarter. What do you think Coach Bostic's message is to his team to keep their spirits up and not let them get down and enter the feeling of, oh, here we go again?
Well, the other thing is that they were really out rebounding the Wolfpacks, but the Wolfpacks have done a better job in limiting Union to one shot. Union's got to go back to their game plan. They got to start pumping it back inside to McKinney, start inward, and then look outward.
McKinney has it there. She's driving to the basket. Count it!
How do you like that? She had 2 defenders on her hip, able to spin from her right to her left, the opposite side, and put it up off the glass. Strong move that time. There you go.
Ask and you shall receive, Demetrius.
Absolutely.
You said they had to go inside to McKinney. They do, and they get the basket.
And there's a long saying, Joe, years ago in basketball that sticks even today. You want to keep your big man happy? Give him the ball.
McKinney coming through large, 15 points for Sydney McKinney, and the Union Bears back within 1 here in the fourth quarter of the 2A Girls Championship.
Yeah, Ridgewood cannot get complacent here. They can't think just because they had the momentum that things are going to continue to go their way. Union's a fighter. They're a tough team.
Mullins, no good. Offensive rebound. Count it! She gets an and 1.
Oh, showing the second effort. That time of nice stick back, carving out some room to get the ball. There you see her right there. Tough. Puts it up, and the bucket.
Kayla Mullins working for everything down low.
She's getting her points. Sometimes she gets her points in spurts. Other times she doesn't. Then there's times she's got to work for it. And then there's times where she can get lost in the game because she doesn't let the game always come to her. But right now, she's in rhythm.
Count the free throw, 40-36, back to a 4-point game. Union trying to cut into this deficit and see if they can beat the Ridgeview Wolfpack for the first time this season and claim the 2A state title.
The Union didn't think that they would be down by this much, especially in the fourth.
Union down low to McKinney. Can't get it to go. She gets her own rebound and a foul. Whistled, and it looks like it's going to go against number 10 of Ridgeview, and that is Blakely Coleman.
Yeah, Joe, what do you do when you get in trouble? You go to your shorthands. I'm not talking about Allstate. I'm talking about McKinney. They give it to her inside, and they let her go to the bucket.
Second foul on Coleman. McKinney with 2 free throws. Can't connect on the first. Still another one coming. Under 5 minutes to go here.
McKinney has been their go-to guy down the stretch. And what happens is sometimes they can go to her, if I can use that, and that's where Bishop comes into play.
McKinney connects on the second. McKinney and Bishop equal at 16 apiece. That's 32 of the Union Bears' 37 points between those two players.
You know, a farmer will tell you, ride that horse till you can't ride him no more.
Mullins, jumper swatted away by McKinney, and now Kristen Bishop pulls it back.
And she's been quiet.
It has been a quiet half for Bishop. She'll take it to the basket now, rattles around the 10 and goes down.
Yeah, they gave her enough room to wazzle and dazzle her place within the paint and put it up off the glass for 2. Nice move that time by Bishop.
Whistle and a timeout for Ridgeview.
Good timeout.
Full timeout, so we'll take one with the Wolfpack here on the NFHS Network. We'll be back after this.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia at the Stuart C. Siegel Center for the VHSL Group 2A Girls Basketball Championship. Joe Deck alongside Demetrius Means. The Ridgeview Wolfpack clinging to the 1-point lead right now against the Union Bears. It's been a back-and-forth game, Demetrius. What do you expect to see down the final 4 minutes of this one?
Well, the Bears have just got it back in one, but I can tell you this. They're going to ride that horse of McKinney down the stretch. Until they can prove that she can't be stopped, they're going to ride her.
Ivy Gully finding teammates. Fletcher back out to Ivy Gully, driving through the key. Shot is blocked by McKinney, and a whistle. Who's it go against? Possession will go to Union, so the foul going to be called on Ridgeview.
See, and Gully has got to pick her spots there, Joe. Sometimes she can force things. She's got to pick her spots. That time, that was not a good shot.
Foul called on Sabrina Stanley of Ridgeview. The 1-and-1 sends Sydney McKinney to the line.
Yeah, the enforcer.
She's got an opportunity to convert here offensively after getting the great block on the other end of the floor. That one goes down, and we have a tie game, Demetrius.
She has a nice, soft, sweet touch. It just goes right through the net like butter. It's smooth, baby.
There you go. Another big free throw here could give us another lead change here in the 2A Girls Championship. It will, 41-40 Union. Ivy Gully for Ridgeview gives it off to her sister Nyla. They are going to work it around. They're going to look for Kayla Mullins. Yeah. Kayla Mullins with it now.
Union's going to stay in the zone, the 2-3 zone.
And I think this is the tightest we've seen this 2-3 zone since the opening moments of the game, Demetrius. As Mullins works it inside to Phillips. What a tough shot. She gets to go down.
Oh, absolutely. In traffic and able to get it up and off the glass. That was tough, Joe.
Showing off her strength as she got that one off the glass and in. Dysert does not take the three. The pass tipped away by Nyla Gully straight to Kayla Mullins. Ivy Gully with it. Off the glass, too hard, no good. Gets her own rebound. Second try is good, and Ivy Gully is pumped up.
How do you like that? A little Dabaduya, the little one, reaches into her bags of tricks, gets the offensive rebound and the stick back.
Three ball won't go down for Union. And Ridgeview with the 3-point lead and the ball.
Look at Mullins.
Ridgeview can slow it down here, under 3 minutes to go. Still anyone's ball game, but Ridgeview has the clock on their side, no need to hurry. And you see that now as Ivy Gully pulls it out, gives it off to Bailey Frazier.
And they wanted to walk, but they don't get it.
Bailey Frazier dishing it off to her teammate, Kayla Mullins. Mullins has been big for the Ridgeview Wolfpack in this one. Imagine she'll play a key role down the stretch. A whistle.
Going to be a travel, I bet you, Joe.
It's either a travel or a foul. The officials discussing it.
They'll
say timeout for Ridgeview. Full timeout, so we'll take one here on the NFHS Network. Join us on the other side.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set, for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from the Siegel Center in Richmond, Virginia. 44-41, the Ridgeview Wolfpack ahead of the Union Bears. We have the final 2:19 exclusively on the NFHS Network. Demetrius, what a game we have been treated to.
Absolutely, the Wolfpack keeping the Bears at arm's distance, but you kind of feel it, Joe, that Union is getting ready to break out and get this thing back tied up at some point in this ballgame.
Ivy Gully seeing if they can get the Wolfpack attack one more time. Mullins off the glass, won't go down.
Oh, tough shot, she couldn't make it.
A whistle and a foul against Ridgeview. See who the foul goes against. They will signal number 31, Haley Phillips. That will be her 4th personal foul. Haley Phillips has been a big contributor down low with that last pass, the last pass you need sometimes, giving it to Kayla Mullins quite often.
Wolfpack had an opportunity to extend this lead, and guess who's back at the foul line? Your friendly neighborhood.
Sydney
Not Spider-Man,
McKinney.
McKinney. She does so many things well. She can shoot from the outside, she can post up, she's smart, and she makes her foul shots. She's got a real smooth touch. Watch the rotation on her foul shot, Joe.
And when you're good at the free throw line, you are a coach's best friend.
Absolutely. This young lady's got a very nice touch. It is soft, like I said, as butter.
That one rattles home as well. 43-44, a 1-point game. This one's going to come down to the wire, much like the 1A girls game earlier, Demetrius.
Yeah, every game has been great here on this Super Saturday.
Ivy Gully trying to find a teammate down low. Now they'll find Mullins. Fall away basket will not go down. Rebound to Chester.
Wow, Mullins threw that up, almost got it to go.
That would have been something. Horner brings it up for the Union Bears.
Big shot here for Union. They want to make this bucket. They call a timeout, Union.
Yes, whistle and a timeout, another full timeout. So we'll take a break here on the NFHS Network. The Union Bears trying to take home the 2A championship. Join us after this.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the NFHS Network. We hope you're having as much fun as my partner Demetrius and I here in the 2A Girls Championship. 44-43. The Ridgeview Wolfpack ahead by just 1 point. The Union Bears will inbound.
Yeah, Joe, this is the way you want it. All great ball games here today.
Great screen by Horner. McKinney, though, too many steps and it's a travel.
Yeah, that time she took a little bit too many steps.
Ivy Gully will do the inbounding.
Yeah, this is where you have to eliminate your mistakes, especially with 1:40 left to play here in the 4th.
The Bears only have 5 team fouls, so if they elect to start fouling, they're going to have to commit 2 fouls to send the Ridgeview Wolfpack to the line. May not be a bad idea in that situation to go ahead and get one out of the way now.
That's right.
Kristen Bishop trying to trap Mullins. There was no help, though, so Mullins easily escapes her. And they're going to pull it back out if Union lets them.
Yeah, I think
there's the whistle they were looking for. McKinney charged for her 3rd.
I'm surprised they're pulling it back out.
It is just a 1-point game.
Keep in mind that this Wolfpack team is a good foul shooting ball club.
Ivy Gully looking for a teammate.
Oh, just got the timeout in time.
They did just get the timeout in time. We'll keep it here on the NFHS Network. Demetrius, it's the final minute of the game. These two teams so familiar with each other, so much on the line here in this 6th meeting. If you are on the Ridgeview side, what are you telling your team with this 1-point lead?
Well, here's the thing. You got 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Do you tell your team Do they try to work the ball around the perimeter for at least 15 seconds and wait until you get a good shot? Or do you try to hold it out to end the ball game? Excuse me. You can't do that. You got to play. I think you got to play. You have to play.
We'll see what the Ridgeview Wolfpack elect to do here coming out of the timeout.
1 point's not going to be enough to win this game. I'll tell you right now, Joe. Let's see if Union fouls right away. Because once that clock gets down to a minute, you've got to start fouling to use the clock to your advantage.
Ridgeview out of timeouts. Whistle and a foul called on Sydney McKinney.
So they foul right away, and they stop the clock, and that's what you want to do if you're Union. Now the key thing here is, can the Wolfpack make these foul shots down the stretch? Because every foul shot now is critical.
4 fouls on Sydney McKinney, so she can't commit another or she'll be leaving the contest. First one goes down for Mullins.
And she has been a good foul shooter all year long. 14
points makes her the leading scorer again. But Frazier giving her a run for her money here in the second half. She has 13, but Mullins now with 15, and it's back to a 3-point game. Don't need a 3-point shot here necessarily, Demetrius.
No, you don't. But you can't waste too much time before you get a shot off.
You just can't have an empty possession. I totally agree with you there. Bishop at it with the top. 3 ball is what they elect to do, and ice in the veins for Hannah Dyson.
That's a big shot right there for Hannah Dyson. Wow. That is big right there.
Tie ball game. Under a minute to go. Nyla Kelly to the basket. Whistle and a foul.
Kelly did the right thing. She knew the defense was coming out on her. She went right to the glass. There you see it going real hard. Knew she didn't have a shot, but she knew she was going to go to the foul line.
Horner hit with her 3rd foul. Nyla Gully. 2 big free throws here, Demetrius. First one is up. Rattles around and goes down. 47-46.
That's a tough foul shot right there. Got to give that young lady credit, making it under pressure.
Second one, no good. Union Bears with the rebound. It's Kristen Bishop. Fake pass. Foul called. Offensive. That's what the one official was saying. They were conferring to make sure they call offensive foul on Bishop.
A lot of confusion on that though, Joe. No official, each official didn't know who should make the call.
I think it was the correct call though, as we could see on that replay. The feet were set.
Yeah, Bishop did not stop in the paint when she should have. Now you're gonna have to foul again to stop the clock. They should now go full court trap here, Union.
Bishop and McKinney with 4 fouls. They will sub out and they will start playing sub-rotation basketball here on the Union Bears side. 31 seconds remaining. Free throws coming for the Ridgeview Wolfpack. Representing the Ridgeview Wolfpack at the line, Kayla Mullins.
So far they've been successful down the stretch in making these foul shots, except for Gully missing one. And you got your right person on the line in Mullins.
Mullins has been the player for Ridgeview here down in this state final game.
And she's a game changer. She's been that way all year long. Their best player.
48-46. Check that. 49-46.
Wow, they've done a fantastic job down the stretch here making these foul shots.
Union's under 30 seconds. They still don't need a 3.
Yeah, they're gonna need a quick bucket coming out of this timeout, Joe.
They will call a timeout to talk it over. The last timeout of the game. We'll keep it right here on the NFHS network, though. So, Demetrius, the Union Bears using their last timeout. What do you think Coach Bostic is telling his club right now?
Well, really, he's the one that has to make the decision now. Do you want to come out and go for a 3? Or do you want to come out and go for a quick 2? And then especially if you have to foul. Because you want to leave enough time on the clock so that you have an opportunity to score back again on the other end.
That's true, and you want enough time to be on the clock in case you don't make that shot. You can get an offensive rebound and get another attempt at it.
But the key thing here is what I always say when it gets down to crunch time. Are the kids going to listen to detail? If you watch that Lancaster last game, They came out the timeout with over 1 minute and 54 seconds left, and they were down. They were told they did not understand in the timeout that they needed the foul right away, and they let so much time expire before they could start fouling. And when they started the foul, it was too late. So detail is important here, Joe.
The Union Bears trying to get their first win over the Ridgeview Wolfpack this season in the 2A championship. Bishop right in front of us will be inbounding the ball.
I won't be surprised if you see them go inside here to McKinney.
Clock is rolling. Corner works it back to Bishop. To Dysert. Dysert had a little tough handle. Inside to McKinney. Off the glass and in. Demetrius, what a call.
Yeah, you got to go to your money player here.
They will foul her. 11 seconds.
Yeah, you
or
know
thereabout.
You know McKinney, she's the money man all year long. You know they're going to go to her.
And here's what you have to watch. It didn't hit me until just now when I saw the clock rolling after the basket. Here in the VHSL, it is a running clock. So if it gets under 5 seconds, it has to be a 3 from Union, because if it goes in and it's a 2 and you're still down 1, Ridgeview doesn't have to inbound if they can let the clock run out.
That's right.
Big free throw there from Mullins, pushes the lead back out to 2.
Oh, that's a big free throw right there.
That one goes down to 3-point game. Might have to just take a 3 here if you're the Union Bears. No time for a 2. Clock running down. It's a 2 shot, no good. The Ridgeview Wolfpack are your 2A girls basketball state champions in the VHSL. What a finish, 51-58 Ridgeview over the Union Bears. And the team celebrating down low. It is frantic. What a finish. Demetrius, this one, everything you're asking for as a fan.
Well, what a second half by the Wolfpack. They overcame the first half, and they were able to deliver big time. They made the shots down the stretch that they needed, Joe. That's what got them right back in. And guess who was on the foul line in the critical situations? Mullins.
Yeah, and Mullins came up big for that team when they needed her, just sinking her free throws down the stretch to keep this at a 3-point game. Your heart goes out to the Union Bears. A great season for them. You can see it's not the way they wanted it to end, but nothing to be ashamed of. They played the Ridgeview Wolfpack 6 times. None of the games better than this one right here in the Siegel Center. And if you're Coach Bostic, I think that's what you're telling your team. Guys, I know we're the state runners-up and we wanted to be the state champions, but there are so many teams that would love to be in our shoes right now. We came up just short. You gave it your best. That's all you can ask for as a
Joe,
coach.
even after the 5 meetings that these two teams play, that meant nothing. You wiped that away. Today is what counts, and today's game was the best game out of the whole 5.
It really was. And again, congratulations to the Ridgeview Wolfpack as well on their state championship. Getting ready for the PA presentations. We will step aside once that happens, but before the presentations, we're going to take a break here on the NFHS Network. Join us for the trophy presentations after this.
Now you can create your own tour of Italy from Olive Garden's most mouth-watering dishes, starting at $12.99. Choose 3 of 10 classic favorites to enjoy on one plate, like our delicious new shrimp ravioli with lobster alfredo, a filled pasta like irresistible tortellini al forno, and a classic like creamy fettuccine alfredo, plus unlimited salad and freshly baked breadsticks. Because the best tour of Italy is the one you create, only at Olive Garden. We're all family here. Breadstick lovers, your new favorite lunches here. Breadstick sandwiches.
Welcome back to the Stuart C. Siegel Center here in Richmond, Virginia. Just moments away from the trophy presentation, but before we get there, Demetrius, final thoughts here on this fantastic finish between the Union Bears and the Ridgeview Wolfpack.
Yeah, first of all, Union has nothing to be ashamed about. They had a fantastic year, and they played a great basketball game. The Wolfpack just made the right moves down the stretch, and that's what it's all about, making the right moves.
Let's talk about Bailey Frazier. What a second half she had.
Oh my.
She entered the second half with 0 points. She has 13 points in the second half. Every time the Ridgeview Wolfpack needed a shot, they got one from Bailey Frazier or Kara Mullins.
Yeah, the unknown player steps up at the right time, at the right place, and Joe, at the right moment.
Yeah, we always, you hear broadcasters say all the time, what's the X factor? Not necessarily the star player, but what's the X factor? Bailey Frazier raised her hand when called on and said, I'll be the X factor.
And that's why the playoffs are so much different from regular season, because there's a hero in every playoff game. It is not always the superstar players. And the thing about it is, it's nice to see that player who has not been considered the superstar player to step up and get the notoriety just like everybody else.
And for the Union Bears, Kristen Bishop and Sydney McKinney gave it 100% on the floor. They left it all there on the floor. Not just them, but those are the two that really stand out at you on the Union Bears side, and they come up just short. Again, getting ready for the trophy presentation as they do the Sportsmanship Award. We will step aside and allow the PA announcer to take over. Great season for the Union Bears, the state runner-up, and now they are getting ready to present the state championship trophies to the 2A champion, Ridgeview Wolfpack.
Congratulations to the Union Bears on the end of the season. Before we recognize these lieutenant players, we'd like to recognize the season game in today's game with her 19th point. Senior Kara Mullins of the Ridgeview Wolfpack, 2,000 points for the team. Congratulations, Kara. And now, with a record of 27-2 from Dickinson County, Virginia, your 2016 VHSL Group 2A Girls State Basketball Champions, the Ridgeview Wolfpack. Number 2, Ivy Kelly. Number 3, Shannon Miller. Number 5, Kristen Fletcher. Number 10, Hickory Coleman. Number 11, Sabrina Stanley. Number 14, Kayla Mullen. Number 21, Bailey Frazier. Number 22, Nyla Kelly. Number 17, Christine Sutherland. Number 25, Nicole Cox. Number 31, Haley Phillips. Number 33, Addison Whitner. Number 44, Savannah Clark. And number 50, Amber Taylor.
congratulations to the Ridgeview Wolfpack on their 2A state championship trophy. The fans back in Clintwood can get ready to celebrate. We thank you for watching us on the NFHS Network. Big shout out to our great camera crew, as well as the producers Helene Shane and Justin Bishop back in the truck. For my partner Demetrius Means, I'm Joe Deck. We've got more basketball at the Siegel Center after this. Join us then.